In the Christian tradition, this is the week that is, the week that was, and the week that will ever be. This is Holy Week. It is the week between Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday when those of the Christian tradition, faith, belief, celebrate the entire journey of Jesus as he goes from his triumphal entry on a Sunday to his crucified and terrible and tragic death on a Friday. But was it really a tragedy? Maybe it was something much more significant than that. And, of course, then there is a story that Friday happened, but then there was Sunday, and there was resurrection. I'd like to think a little bit about that and this week on What It Takes Radio. Yes, indeed, we do welcome you to What It Takes Radio. And throughout the week, yesterday, Monday, it was The Selling Life with Frank. And we're learning a lot of good stuff because you're going to have to learn how to sell, how to promote, how to make your mark in the age of the digital entrepreneur. And we're struggling to learn all we can about how we might do that and be good and ethical and forthright and be a credit to ourselves, our product, our service, and more than that, be useful and wonderful and helpful to the client and customer we have. That's what The Selling Life is all about. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we talk about 10 minutes of clarity. Just that. Right now, I've got 8 more minutes to go. 10 minutes of clarity. Just an idea, something to think about in the midst of a busy week. May I challenge you this way? One of the things that I have found is very, very important in not being a robot. I got a number of comments from people who said, wow, I didn't know that a robot could do all those things. Well, you know, it's more than that. It's not just the robot that you see, but oftentimes that robot is merely an invisible piece of digital software. That, of course, is the robot that can fly the airplane from coast to coast. Now, of course, the pragmatics are going to have to be a little bit different because they'll probably have to have somebody up there because hardly anybody's going to get into an airplane without a pilot somewhere in the front seat just in case. But the fact is, and I've had pilots tell me this, that for the most part, they're there to assist in the beginning and to assist in the landing. But by golly, a lot of those airplanes can fly themselves, perhaps even from coast to coast. And you think about it. We just heard this past weekend where President Donald Trump of the United States simply said that he was not going to put up with the sarin gas attack. And so a whole group of almost 50, 60 Tomahawk missiles were sent to an airfield in Syria, and they were right on target. My friends, they were robots. That's what they are. Those Tomahawk missiles are launched. They are programmed robots carrying 1,000 pounds of high-grade explosive on them, and they go and they find their place and they detonate. They are robots. Now, in the midst of all this, how are we going to make sure? And my challenge was this: please make sure that you are seeking, you're moving toward a profession that will require you, not just something that a robot can do. And we're going to be surprised, as my program said, how many things we will find that artificial intelligence and robots can do. Now, with that in mind, let's go back to what this week is all about. What we're supposed to do is we're supposed to take time for concentration and reflection and thoughtfulness and prayer so that we can grow wiser in the ways of how we should live and how we should worship and how we should serve others and how we should be wise in how we live. How can we be wiser? Because this is the problem. Robots have no wisdom. In fact, as one person said to me, and they said it was a quote, they think from Picasso. I don't know, but I'll just pass it on because the line was great. Supposedly the line was that computers really are kind of useless because all they have is the answers. And sometimes that's good. Boy, I can't believe I'm old enough to know how hard it was to do research and find the answers, and now I just go on Google, write in the question, and I'll get an answer. Well, the point is that perhaps we need to know what are the questions we need to ask, not just the answers that we might get. That's part of wisdom. Here is as we go into it, think about this. I remember saying this to a young man who said, I want to be really successful in his business. And he said, I want to be an industry leader. Your job is in 30 years. I'm running companies. I'm an industry leader. You help me get there. And I said, okay, here's the first thing I want you to do. I want you right now to decide what is your wisdom path. What do you want to get really smart, good, thoughtful, and wise in? Where do you want to be wise? In what arena of service or knowledge or understanding or the way the world works, what do you want to be wise in? And then, who are the people you're going to follow? Who are the people you're going to learn from? I want you to tell me, who are the people you want to learn from, because this is the path you want to take. Who are the people, and what is the path? So that truly you will be 1 or 2 or 3 steps above the people who have the data, perhaps even have the knowledge, maybe even the understanding, but they don't have the 4th and final step, which is wisdom. How are you going to be wise? What is the path you're going to take? What are the arenas and service sectors you're going to be in? Who are the people you're going to follow? So that truly you can walk with wisdom. You're not just worldwide webbing it. You're walking with wisdom. You're finding the people. You're going through the experiences. You're in confrontations and considerations. You're seeking to understand the world and know what to do, and to do it well, so that good things happen. What is your wisdom path? Now, may I challenge you this week? Think about that. As you go through all of the activities, both of perhaps the celebration and of the week, how can I become wise? What is my wisdom path? Who are the people who might be able to help me follow that path? Because it will not be a road. It will not be a highway. It will not even be a gravel road. It, at best, will be a path, and oftentimes the path you create yourself. It's 9 minutes. I hope this has been a few minutes of clarity for you, that right now you are accepting my challenge this week to really seek. Whatever age or stage I'm in, what is the path of wisdom I'm seeking? Who are the people who could help me down that path? And what kind of person will I be when I have it? And how will I make a difference for good and blessedness in my life? I'm Stan Houston. This is What It Takes Radio. And I do thank you for joining me. I trust the week will go well for you. Join me again on Thursday for perhaps another thought along the theme of the week on how we can take and acquire and perhaps share with others 10 minutes of clarity. All the best and blessings for you this week. Bye for now.